for radiant wellness and soul-forward living. Join your host, Jess Juntinen, quantum healer, intuitive, and midwife to the awakening spirit, as we dive into quantum tools, wisdom teachings, and integrated healing pathways for transformation. You can live a life of freedom to be without limitation. Cozy up, grab your tea, and enjoy this hour of expansion, wisdom, and love. Namaste, hello, and welcome to Soul Fusion Cafe here from Tosa Blue Mountain. And, in this moment, trusting and bringing our hands to our heart that this is a moment of celebration, a moment of standing in truth, a moment of empowerment. And this is a special quickie episode today with so much fullness going on. I'm coming in live, coming in a little bit later than my normal lunch hour start time, but still important to hop on and share in this moment the messages that are coming forth for this moment in time, for humanity, for us all. So as you bring your hands to your heart and connect with the truth and wisdom of who you are, may you know the blessing that is upon this moment, this time, the conclusion of September as we move into October, and to truly invite a moment of connection, a moment of peace, a moment of upliftment, because everything that could be coming forward is trying to stop you from living the truth of your being, who you really are. So this is a shorter episode than usual, but with I think, more profound punctuation on what is needed in this moment for us all to receive is that you are the master. You are the one you've been looking for. You are the one that can stand in your own truth and your own power, and nobody else can do that but you. And that has become abundantly clear to me, that we are responsible for our own truth and upliftment. And yes, we know that on an intellectual level. However, to really know that and say, hey, no one outside of me is going to come and rescue me. Nobody outside of me is going to come and tell me how to do what it is I'm here to do. Praying to the gods, the sun, the moon, all of that is beautiful, but we can't ask to be rescued. Like, the answer is not going to come from outside of us. It's going to come from within us. And only we can know the truth of who we are. And we're capable of so much more than our ego would ever lead us to believe that we are. So in this moment, may you really feel the blessing that is being invited for us all to step forward into. And that is the truth of who we are, without doubt, without fear, without hesitancy. It's that moment. And at this moment, breathe that in. It is a big responsibility to take on the ownness of where we're hiding from our own selves. It's very easy to place it on things outside of us. Oh, my work. Oh, if this person was different. Oh, if that situation was different. Oh, if only I could do X, Y, or Z. If only I had the money, right? All of the stories that we tell ourselves to make ourselves feel okay with not being in our empowered self. We put it outside of ourselves all the time. And I know this because I walk this, right? And we're all standing at a moment, like a moment that is inviting us to be honest, to be really honest with ourselves. What is it that we are here to do, to be? What is it that we are here to explore? What is it we're here to expand through? What is our consciousness asking? Because we're past the moment of being on the fence. Being on the fence is really uncomfortable. Either just be in the truth of who you are or jump on the other side and just remain in the doubt and the fear. And there's no wrong choice. There's no wrong choice. But it's like you've got to make it. It's the make it or break it moment. And as we are standing in this threshold of October that's inviting us into a deeper place of mastery presence, we're being asked to, it's that honesty piece, the radical honesty, the transparency, the moment of who am I really? So really feeling into your own soul, your own self. There's no wrong choice, but if you want to just spiral into the fear and density, that's a valid choice. Let yourself go there and be there. Or if you're ready to say, I'm rising, I'm outside of that, I'm ready to claim the truth of my beingness, then step forward and do that. Step forward and lift, step forward and rise. It's your time. It's our time. And it has to be without the fear. It has to be without the hesitancy and the doubt, right? That's the self-sabotage cycle. If you watched our Monday Mastery Presence last night at Shri and Kira, and if you did not, go tune into it at YouTube official Shri and Kira. The energy, they've been talking about this overlay for a long time, this energy, not overlay, this energy that is infectious on our planet. And we reviewed that last night. So that's why I invite you to go and check that out, because it's only then through our steadfast commitment, focused awareness, complete trust, and sincerity, love, and presence, and stepping through, that we are able to absolutely transcend out of that victim sabotage cycle, fear, doubt, hesitancy, and step into our healer, mentor, teacher role, where we lift and transcend through and out of anything that might seek to stop us. And it's our own complicity with our own fears that keeps us from being who we really are. And walking this my own self and witnessing so many others walk it, there's no way any of us ever got out of doing this work. We're here on this planet, this density, this beautiful place of form and illusion, that all of us bought into our fears, and all of us hold ourselves back in so many ways. So it's not a matter of having to know exactly what you need to do. It's deciding that you're going to step out of it and then allowing your own guidance to come forward and guide you into where it is you need to go and flow, what decision you need to make, what conversations you need to have, how you hold yourself, how you carry yourself, what you wear, all of that. Where have you been hiding? Where are you afraid to really let go and be who you are? And I know for me, like, walking through this journey has been very illuminating, right? And I'm here at Tosa Blue Mountain right now. We just concluded 8 incredible days of equinox events, peace week, opening up this next chapter for our planet, anchoring peace, anchoring joy, anchoring love. And this is the moment. This is the moment that we were born for. Sacred sequence of incarnation. We came here right now. We came here right now to expand, to explore, to be, to receive. It's our time. It's your time. And as I've witnessed so much evolve, right? We consecrated a pyramid of peace. If you're just catching this show, somehow you've never tuned in with me or tuned in with our community at the at Oneness Talk Radio or at Shri and Kira, please tune in. Go check out our YouTube official Shri and Kira. Check out shriandkira.com. Check out tosabluemountain.com. This is the moment that we are anchoring the pyramid of peace on the planet and igniting for everyone. And on the 22nd, we came together in the equinox. And since then, expansion, expansion, expansion. And this event really taught me so much about my own self and that cycle of like having to be in your truth, and how fear, doubt, or hesitancy my own self, those around me can sabotage us. It is a self-sabotage cycle. And what happens when that occurs? You have a huge event, you have so many pieces going on, and there are so many energies trying to stop it. The interference was off the charts. It broke a pane of glass on our pyramid. Things happened that defied explanation to get into the way of this event. So many energies came in around everybody and tried to infiltrate wherever anyone would have a doubt. That is how interference energy comes in, is if we have a doubt, it opens us up to that astral interference energy. If we have fear, if we're carrying it, it's going to find a place to attach to and go right in and expand it. So witnessing that, like I said, even moments, my own self and others, that we allow that energy in. It's an invitation and it's a gift. And the faster we recognize what's happening, the faster we evolve through that and find the blessings and the gifts within that experience. And we simply have to stand up and claim that which I am without any more doubt. And getting there in one fell swoop isn't, it can happen in an instant, but most of us need to keep reminding ourselves, to keep being with ourselves, to keep saying yes to our truth. That's why spiritual practices are so incredible, because they help our body of form and our emotions and our mind to be settled enough in order to expand in and through the next evolution. But we have to be very honest. We have to be nakedly transparent with ourselves and use the practices, because we can lie to ourselves. Our ego is so sneaky. The spiritualized, activized ego will tell us whatever we want to hear. It will just go in deep into all of the words that we learned, especially once we become more spiritually aligned and we're learning new concepts and terms, or even after a long time of being in it, the ego goes, oh, great. It starts to come on board. It loves the feeling of the spirituality part of itself. It loves using the words and the language. It has a new vocabulary to now make you feel like you are in your truth when you're not, because the ego's so sneaky. It'll start saying, no, I'm so spiritual, I'm so open. And I learned this through the last several years of working with many beings and spiritual leaders around the world, that there are so many that speak the words. They have all the right words, but their actions are saying no. The actions are saying, I am not in my truth. I am in fear. I am in doubt. I am in hesitancy, and I'm delivering that spin into the world. But the ego is saying, I'm so open. I'm so aligned. I know the answers. And it uses that language. It's very sneaky. It's very tricky. It's very subversive, subdued, whatever word I'm looking for there. It really absolutely hitchhikes on the terminology we learn through our spiritual path for its own agenda, and it will actually keep us in the fear, doubt, and hesitancy. It absolutely will keep us there and loves to keep us there. It is actually insanely good at what it does. So it adapts. So it's paying really close attention to, like, who is the me that is speaking here? And you'll know if it comes from a motive of fear, of money, of safety, of a need to control. And you can feel it in your being. If you tap in and you feel a contraction, you know it's the ego involved. If you are feeling and tapping into your being and you feel an expansiveness in your heart, you know truth is being activated. And our truth chakras right now are being so opened, and there's so much energy flowing through here. But if we're not in our truth, it can't open. There's a stopper there. It's a stopper. It's like a cinch around the neck. It's like a belt. and you're unable to speak, you're unable to move forward, you're unable to be in your truth, and you're in that fear, doubt, hesitancy, how can you express? The throat is not just your words, it's your actions, it's your beingness in the world. It's how you walk in the world as a divine master and a being of the yoga of self-ascension. It is more than um, it's more than the words. It's the energy that we are bringing to the world. So in this moment, being honest with ourselves. I mean, because I'm telling you, I've seen it again and again and again. And these beings, they don't know. They do not know what they do. They are absolutely charged. They're absolutely full of their own self righteousness that is very evident on the planet right now. And it is very rampant in spiritual communities. If there's a self-righteousness, the like, this is the way, I'm right, you're wrong, and it might not come out as strong as that, but the energy is there if you follow it. It's there if you look for it. And it's that time of unification where we are ready to drop those things, or the beings that are ready to drop those ideas of right and wrong and feeling justified in a particular stance or belief system or structure. Whether or not they're speaking the words of being so open and loving, the energy is there saying, my way is right and your way is wrong. I know the answers, you don't know the answers. I'm a disempowered being acting empowered, and acting as if I'm empowering other beings, when it is all coming from and serving and in service to my ego. So it gets a really, really tricky, you guys, there. It gets very difficult, to discern sometimes if this is my ego or this is my actual soul's truth. So I just bring up some of these examples and what I've witnessed because I think it's humbling as well, because there's so many people we might look up to that we think have it all figured out, and they don't. It's like it's a moment of, it doesn't matter how accomplished or what degrees or how many books or how many speeches people have done on the world stage, or like how many things are on their resume. At the end of the day, it's about their energy, and if it resonates with actual truth. So many beings are trapped in the fear, doubt, hesitancy, and they are trapping others in it with them, and they actually benefit from it. So it's very humbling to me to see it and be aware of it and how rampant it is, and it helps us have mercy on our own selves. So where are you noticing you might have any fear in your life, any doubt in your life, any hesitancy about moving forward? Notice where that is playing out for you, and instead of being frustrated by it, just go, oh, I see it. There's where I'm being afraid to walk forward. There's where I am in some fear about claiming my truth. There's where I'm holding some doubt that I can really do what I'm here to do, or that I'll know what to do when it's time to do it. By being aware, you open up the fifth dimensional gateway just by looking, by witnessing without judging yourself, and then having compassion and mercy around that. Just having that moment of, like, I'm holding you, right? That moment of, I've got you. Whatever you're going through, your higher aspect, yourself, knows and has you and is holding you in this moment, in this time. And it is through the witnessing without judgment that brings us into that fifth dimensional space where we can start to open for where the solutions come forward of how to heal where we might be stuck, how to release the doubt. We can start to see the connections to where it is without any kind of judgment. And then we start to move into the seventh when we release all the judgment around it. So if you're experiencing in your life any part of that sabotage, it's the awareness that sets you free. It's looking at it and just being honest and saying, hey, where can I be in the truth of who I am? So seeing so much love happening in our chat at Facebook and over at YouTube. Hey there, Jean and Batia and Angel and Gary, incredible to see you all. And it's a very beautiful moment, and I just bow before each of you and all the love that gets shared here, and anybody that finds this recording later. It's a perfect moment, but I love our beautiful community that comes together and supports and loves one another. And that is the truth, that together we're better. And when we can be the truth of who we are and live in that space without fear, we find the other beings that are also there to greet us and live without the fear. The lion steps out of the woods, right? Lost Books of the Essene, message 5. Find it at shrinkura.com in the soul messages section. It's the moment to step forward. It's the moment to put on your wings. It's the moment that says, I'm the lion stepping out of the woods. And yes, there are going to be beings that are afraid of that lion and run away. Some beings are going to be so afraid, they're going to be angry and they're going to attack the lion. And then there's going to be the beings that are so happy to see you here that yay, you have come to play with us. There's another lion coming out of the woods. Let's get together and play with one another. That's the moment we're at. So as soon as you drop the fear, doubt, and hesitancy and come out of the woods, there's going to be some energies that are not going to like it. You're going to have friends and family that tell you you're crazy. You're going to have people tell you to not be you. But you're going to also have the beings that say, I'm so happy to see you. Thank you for being. Thank you for being here now. We love you. That moment's at hand. And there's so many of us here, seen and unseen. And being honest with ourselves about where we're holding back and where we're ready to step forward. We're also capable of so much more than we believe. And this is what I've seen this last week as well, is that when you are committed and when you are focused on the divine, you are able to move mountains. We are able to do more than we ever dreamed or thought might be possible. So I pray that you will, in this moment, wrap your own arms around yourself and know that you are doing the best that you can. And it is your time to transcend that which seeks to hold you back. And I'm taking that to my heart personally as well. It is all of our moment to rise higher, to go deeper, to say yes even more than we may ever have before. And it's okay that there's moments where you might hesitate, but look at it and smile and see it for what it is. It's simply your ego trying to stop you from moving forward. And as you smile, watch and observe, you lift through that so effortlessly. So my loves, thank you for joining me for this shorter installment of Soul Fusion Cafe coming from Tosa Blue Mountain. And I look forward to being with you next Tuesday. I'll be back in Northern Michigan, which is hard to believe, but there I will be. And I'm just holding in this moment for everybody who is really truly ready to see and know the truth of their being, that they may awaken ever further and see and recognize it in themselves and in one another. Let's do this. We've got this, guys. Namaste. Many, many blessings, and looking forward to being with you all again soon. Namaste.